There's a VTuber that I'm happy I reached out to because she never asked for any of the harassment she's getting. I mean, there's been a handful of people that were kind of like that. Speaking of harassment, I saw apparently Tobs got like a 30-day suspension that has like a 750-day violation on it because she was streaming in some section and like some other streamer's audience like brigade reported her for some reason. I was like, what the fuck is this? What the hell? But like, yeah, here's a tweet from Tobs. I went on BRB while playing Doom with my webcam mic. Can you please give me the reason why I was banned? You got a 30-day suspension, 730-day expiration. That is absurd. And she says, I got mass reported by Forsen viewers who were mad I was streaming in the artifact category when they were streaming in the same category too, but told me I couldn't because I was a VTuber. First of all, we gotta stop this anime racism. Why are there so many people who are just avowed anime racist? Why do they want the segregation? If a VTuber wants to drink from the artifact water fountain, they should be able to. It's our God-given right. What the fuck is artifact? I have no fucking clue. I'm gonna be real with you. Is that entire chat made up of kick mods? That's actual anime. Yeah, it's like unironic anime racism. And then someone asked what happens if you click view details on the reason tab. It literally didn't give her a reason, man.
Thank you for watching. Hello, this is me recording what happens when I click this. Sorry, I'm using my webcam mic because my microphone's fucked up. As you can see, it shows nothing. Thank you for watching.
That's so retarded! Like, what even is this? Wow, Twitch, what a great fucking platform. What a great fucking platform you have here, Twitch! You fucking racists, unironically. And Twitch is anime racist. Twitch is anime racist. And I'm glad my phrase is gonna be fucking taken off, dude. You don't hate Twitch enough. Artifact is a failed card game from Valve. Okay. Why the fuck would anyone care who's streaming in a failed card game category? Why is Twitch pulling a YouTube? Artifact is a failed card game that Valve made that nobody plays. A few years ago, people started illegally streaming movies to that game category, and then the category soon became the de facto stream pirated content here tag. Why get angry that someone else is streaming there?
Soon after.
The Hillary Clinton slams Trump for encouraging American families to have more children, says that's what immigrants are for. The people who produce the most children in our country are immigrants. One of the reasons why our economy did so much better was because we had a lot of immigrants, legally and undocumented, who had a larger than normal family. And this is just, again, like literally saying, yes, replacement migration is happening. And I keep getting attacked for bringing this up, and I've only brought it up even like probably in the last half a year or so, if even that, because they want to equate it to like the Great Replacement theory. It's the theory part, the thing that makes it a conspiracy theory is when people start saying it's the Jews doing it. This has nothing to do with Jewish people. These are politicians literally telling you, yes, we are attempting to displace native demographics. We are flooding these countries with illegal and sometimes legal under like visa programs, migrants who are coming in here and replacing the current citizen population.
As I posted the other day, this very blatant effort to basically send a message, most exemplified by Vance and Musk and others, that, you know, what we really need from you women are more children. And what that really means is you should go back to doing what you were born to do, which is to produce more children. And they're talking about, you know, cash benefits for the more children you have. This has been tried, by the way, in other countries, and it has not worked.
Didn't it work in Hungary? Didn't Hungary give benefits for like married families who have children, and that like actually helped? How dare women have children? I mean, again, they don't want citizens to have children again because they've already pushed the you are a strong, independent woman. You don't want to have children. You want to have a career. You want to have a big income. You know, you don't need no man. Because once they separate that desire in women to have children and women become exactly like men, just like another cog in any kind of industry used as a fucking way to make money for the big corporations, the state also then gets to raise your children. If the woman is not in the home imparting the values of her and her husband onto the children while raising them, the state is the one doing that. You entrust your child first to daycares with strangers, and then to the public institutions that are run by the government that will pump them filled with propaganda. The government, it is in their best interest to keep this system going, to keep women out of the home, to keep families from being together, to keep the nuclear family destroyed in any way possible, because any disruption to that means that they will have less influence over the next generations.
Or medals if you have 6 children, while they're contemplating cutting Medicaid, while they have no interest in paid family leave or funding quality child care. They're cutting Head Start.
You wouldn't need paid family leave if women still had a choice whether they wanted to work or be a housewife. That choice was destroyed. We no longer have that choice. Do you have any idea how much money a man needs to make to be able to support a family without government assistance? Like, that's insane. It is actually insane now to be able to support a full family household on a single income. Crazy that childcare will cost as much as one of the parents makes. Yeah.
I mean, you go down the list of all the programs that support child rearing and the care of children and create, you know, some safety net for women who are in the workforce, the formal workforce, as well as, you know, raising children.
Did you guys know that before no-fault divorce, there was actually a housewife stipend, so that if there happened to be a divorce, instead of getting raped for half of his worth, women would get paid a housewife stipend from the government until they were able to get back on their feet with whatever kind of job they desired to get after their marriage fell apart? Did you know that was something that we used to have in the U.S.?
So this is another performance about concerns they allegedly have for family life. But if you had read the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025, despite Trump saying he knew nothing about it, if you had read it, it's all in there. It's all in there. Return to the family, the nuclear family, return to being a Christian nation, return to, you know, producing a lot of children, which is sort of odd because
why?
The people who produce the most children in our country are immigrants, and they want to deport them. So none of this adds up. But, you know,
how does it not add up? They want the native populations. They want the actual American citizens to be the ones having children, to be the ones in control of America's future. Shouldn't American citizens be the ones who control the country's future? Wouldn't that make the most sense? Why would you give over the future of your country to people who do not care about it, do not have attachments to it, and see it simply as a way to enrich themselves and their own countries back home? That doesn't make any sense. And again, this is not all immigrants. I'm sure someone will try to take me out of context here. There are plenty of people that come here and want to be American, want to participate in our country systems, want to be part of what makes American culture the way it is. It's like I know plenty of people. Like Moonshine's a great example. He was from South Korea. Tim's mom is also an immigrant from South Korea, and most of the people that hate the opportunistic immigrants and the illegal immigrants are people who bothered going through the immigration system correctly and wanted to be an American. That's the thing. They don't see a difference between the two. That's why she's like, I thought you wanted more babies. Immigrants have babies. I don't think she doesn't see a difference. I think she understands what she's saying. And this is simply, once again, a part of keeping the nuclear family separated.
One of the reasons why our economy did so much better than comparable advanced economies across the world is because we actually had a replenishment, because we had a lot of immigrants, legally and undocumented, who had a, you know, larger than normal, by American standards, family. So
isn't that just slavery with extra steps? When you're like, oh, we're gonna import all of these people from the third world and they're gonna have a ton of babies and we can perpetually pay them pennies on the dollar for all of their work in perpetuity because they'll work for less money than Americans will. Isn't this just slavery with extra steps? Isn't this just like the incredibly racist thing when people were trying to like, push through deportations years ago? And they were like, but who will clean your toilets? Like, what the fuck is this? Oh my God. They want indentured servants? I want immigrants who want to be American, who aren't going to devalue themselves and want to be a part of the American, like, culture, as it were.
This is just another one of their, make America great again by returning to the lifestyles and the economic arrangements of not just the 1950s. I mean, let's keep going back as far as we can and, see what
return to 1776
happens.
Oh, that's the end of the clip. Man, I can't believe everyone's just saying the quiet part out loud now. That's kind of nuts. I dealt with 2.5 month long harassment campaign because people kept trying to say I was saying something that's a conspiracy theory. Sorry, I was about to read this article, but then on the sidebar, I got distracted by exotic dancer The Punisher testifies he was hired for up to 12 freak-offs for naked Diddy wearing Islamic face covering. What the fuck did I just read? It happens. Yeah, no, sometimes it happens. What the fuck? A federal agent. He's a glowy. A federal agent who raided Sean Diddy Combs' Miami estate is on the stand in the disgraced rap mogul's federal sex trafficking trial in Manhattan on Tuesday, where he's expected to give details about Diddy's depraved freak-off sex marathons at the center of the case. The jury was shown photos taken during a raid of Diddy's Miami home showing sex toys, bottles of baby oil, and parts of AR-15 firearms. Please do not insert the barrels of your rifles inside people's orifices. That's bad for your rifle. Rapper Kid Cudi, born Scott Mescudi, is expected to take the stand late Wednesday or early Thursday. Combs, 55, has pleaded not guilty to 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. He faces life in prison if convicted. The trial is not televised because cameras are prohibited inside the federal courthouse, but we're there following all the action. So watch the space for the latest updates. I don't like that. I think we should be able to watch this circus. Also, exotic dancer talks about new book in search of freezer meat. He must not be into me. Where's my meat? What? In search of freezer meat. Erectile dysfunction and low sexual confidence are killing men quietly. Oh, that's true. Oh, that's fucking true. Fucking porn-induced erectile dysfunction is so fucking common. Like, I was talking about this shit a decade ago. I was donating to, like, fight the new drug, man. I was like, fucking Terry Crews, our Lord and Savior, please help these men's penises, get them away. But like now it just seems like literally 1 in 3 men experience like just not being able to perform with their girlfriends, and it makes me so sad. Like I hear it from so many people and I'm just like, how did this happen? How did we get here, man? And nobody's talking about it except for me, cartoon fox woman. I'm on the case. Hayes, once a full-blown sex symbol, hit rock bottom when things stopped working. Pills didn't help, advice didn't stick, so he went deeper. No pun intended. Looking not just how to fix it, but why it was happening in the first place. What he discovered changed everything. The problem wasn't just physical, it was mental. And not just about sex, either. It was tied to his confidence, his income, his sense of self, even his worth as a man. Most guys never connect the dots. Kirsche finds her himbo and he can't get it up. I'd kill myself. I would fucking just seppuku right there and that. Like, I'm gonna carry around a dagger on me just in case that happens. If I find the perfect man, but his dick is broken, like, I'm giving up. It's time to stop. Foxu versus the dysfunctional dick epidemic. This book is raw, unfiltered, and straight up real talk. Hayes shares his story, funny, painful, and always honest, to help other men understand what's really going on beneath the surface. No fluff, no filters, just one guy talking to another about things most of us are too scared to say out loud. If you're struggling or know a man who is, this book is for you. And yes, women should read it too. You'll finally understand the men in your life in a way that you never have before. Sex, self-worth, and mental health, they're all connected. Let's talk about it man to man. This seems, as goofy as the cover was, like, yeah, this seems like it might actually be a helpful book to read. Get him a better dick. Oh my god. Is his dick broken, or did your gayification powers peak? No, it's broken. But like, this is a very common scenario, right? Like, if your dick is broke, it's going to make the woman start being self-conscious. And if she's continuously worrying about if you find her attractive, or if you actually want her, or if there's something wrong with her and that's why you can't perform, she's not going to be able to put in the effort to help you get over and solve your dysfunctional dick issues. So, like, you have to talk about your dysfunctional dick issues, hope she understands them, reassure her it has nothing to do with her and it's not her fault, and then it is her job to help support you get over your dysfunctional dick issues. Fun fact, this is common NTR manga plotline. Jesus Christ. That's not how you help! You want to unbreak the dick, not find a new one! A bent carrot is a hospital trip. What if it is her fault? Well, then there's clearly no relationship there, is there? What if the girlfriend has a dysfunctional dick? Well, that's your boyfriend then. I'm sorry to have to break the news to you this way. There's an interesting book that makes a claim that receiving NTR is an act of egotism. The act of theft... Sorry, scrolling. The act of theft means the victim had good taste to get a woman other people wanted to put effort into stealing. While letting herself be stolen proves she didn't actually appreciate her man and wasn't worth his attention anyways. As a result, it's an over 800-page book. I mean, you have kind of a point, but it doesn't really describe it in its entirety. Again, you can look at, like, the slave selling and the party favoritism in BDSM culture that surrounds this, where the dom wants to have other men bid for his slave in order to fuck it, and he gets off on the power trip of, like, owning someone completely and controlling what they can and can't do in that manner, and the fact that other men find his slave to be so desirable that they would pay money in order to fuck her. In addition to that, with the party favoritism thing, you have people who desire what you have so much to the point that they will have sex with it with other men present. So it's another, like, weird power trip mentality, and it's also, like, getting off on having that kind of absolute control over someone. I think that's also degenerate, but it's decisively different from, like, an NTR perspective, because you're actively participating in it. I'm not defending it, it's still disgusting, but I think it's a little different from NTR. What a nasty topic, I agree with you. I agree, it is a nasty topic. Keep having erectile dysfunction with my wife, but not with my friends. I have sex with women and relationships with men.
I got news for you. I mean, you get it.
Isn't that also a very feminine degeneracy, like how women find men wearing a wedding ring more attractive? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Some people have a gross soul. Emperor Creatine, thank you. I think everyone involved in this needs Jesus. Yes, you are correct. When people think of erectile dysfunction, they think of, like, oh, you just can't get it up at all. But when you have, like, a porn-induced erectile dysfunction problem, you can get it up. You can get hard regardless of, like, whether someone is touching you or not. The issue comes in that you struggle to keep it up without the added stimulation of pornography. So while you might be very attracted to the woman you're trying to fuck, you might very much enjoy her touching you, You might be very happy in the scenario. Your body has gotten so used to the stimulation of pornography that you just lose your erection, whether it's like in the foreplay stage or you're trying to put it in or you're already in the middle of having it in, but you just start going soft. That's just an unfortunate reality. And so some guys, right, like I don't know how to cure this. I'm not a psychologist. You might need to talk to a therapist. But like it might be a helpful thing if like the woman that you're with understands the issues that you're struggling with and wants to help you through them. And like maybe a way to sort of slowly get yourself off of being reliant on pornography is to cold turkey stop masturbating to it, first of all. Like don't use that as a masturbatory aid anymore. Fucking get rid of it. Don't touch it. But when you're doing stuff with your woman, you might need a bit of that stimulation in the beginning to be able to perform until you can get rid of it in its entirety. No Nut November exists for a reason. I don't think No Nut November helps in any way, shape, or form. Because that's like getting off entirely, not just the pornography. And even if you do the meme of like not masturbating all November just to have a like dick destruction December and you go right back to watching porn, it's not going to have any good effect. Right? Like things need to be done in moderation. Like I don't think banning pornography is going to solve anything as much as there are things I dislike about pornography. I just wish that people could have more self-control and understand that there are very bad mental effects that will start affecting you physically if you consume enough pornography.